night out. Al's Pick'em segment. Yeah. Like Stephen A. Yeah. All right, and back with us again. We got the Pesto Prince, Big Wayne. Right? And back on the ones and twos, as always, we got Nephew, aka DJ, on the back end there. All right. So we're gonna start by saying Wayne won this week. So the score is 2-1-1.
Wayne had a really good week. If you bet with Wayne's picks, you probably made a little money this week. That's all I want to say about that.
First off, and like how we discussed in the pre-game meeting, like the pre-meeting, like I knew he's gonna jump on here and start doing that. You know what I'm saying? yeah. As soon as the camera comes on, he switches it up. I mean, some of these games was like last-second field goals. Like, you know what I mean?
Hey.
Like, come on now.
Hey.
It's some crazy stuff.
Hey, if you had picked them all, you'd be here singing a different. I don't give a damn about last-second field goals. I'm a winner. Ow.
Yeah, we'll be back. But since this is the Night Out podcast, and I get to talk about the Cowboys. Oh, we didn't get. So we didn't record. So I didn't get to talk about the Cowboys and Giants game, did I? That was an earlier game.
No. We discussed what would happen had y'all lost to the Giants,
which we didn't, and of course because Dak is a king of the North.
You didn't lose to the. It wasn't a super impressive performance.
He was a king of the North, though.
Y'all did squeak away with that win.
Yeah, but with great loss, though. We lost probably the third best defensive player in the NFL, Michael Parsons.
What's wrong with him?
High ankle sprain.
So like a month.
Come on now, we built better than that. I'll say about, because we got a bye week too. So he had 10 days until the game on this week Sunday.
I said 4 games. I just said a month.
No, I know, but here we are. We got 10 days until we play Sunday, so he's gonna miss that game.
Okay.
And then we got a bye week after that.
Okay.
So he'll be back after that.
So 10 days plus another 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not quite a month, but you know, some prolonged time. How do you think y'all fare without him?
And Dak, I trust. You know what I'm saying? Like
Dak don't play linebacker. How's the defense gonna fare without Michael?
I mean, they're gonna be bad, but I mean, there's no way around it. They're gonna be bad. But the only chance I get is that if Dak goes out there and scores 35 points. Yeah, because we're depleted on defense.
I mean, from what I've seen of the Cowboys, for Dak to do that, he's gonna have to throw the ball 50 times.
Or
y'all don't have the running back. Y'all don't have the running game to facilitate that many points being scored.
Unless we get turnovers and so a good scheme on offense.
Somewhat is.
Yeah,
Need a little luck. Nothing wrong with needing a little luck.
No. In a week like this, when everybody's hurt out. Oh, and as on my way over here, as I listen to Cowboys radio,
of course.
You know what I mean, 95.7 fan. But
all 4 of their listeners, go ahead.
Right. Brandon Cooks is hurt. He's out for weeks now.
Brandon Cooks been a ghost out there anyway.
I mean, he's been a ghost anyway, but he's been a decoy at least. You know what I mean? So. But check this out. So after the game in New York, he decides to get his knee scoped in New York, and his knee got infected. Like, he's still in New York.
Infected? What do you mean?
Like, as soon as I don't know how quick. Like, because this is I guess a couple days after he got it, like his knee flared up and got affected. So now they're saying he's gonna be out for God who knows how long. They might have to amputate his leg. You know what I mean? And then Jerry Jones says, "Oh, we're not going to go get Devontae Adams." What?
Yeah, that's silly. Well, first off, Devontae Adams didn't want to go to the Cowboys. There's 2 teams Devontae Adams wants to go to. Devontae Adams is done playing with unfamiliar quarterbacks. The rest of his Devontae Adams career, he doesn't want to play with any more unfamiliar quarterbacks. He wants to play with 2 people.
I mean,
one of 2 people.
He's only played with 2 quarterbacks.
Those are the only 2 players he wants to play with the rest of his career.
I mean,
so he ain't coming in the Cowboys.
I mean, no. I mean, he definitely not coming to Cowboys. Jerry.
But he don't really. But to say this about Devontae Adams, he doesn't really care about winning. Devontae Adams doesn't care about winning. Devontae Adams doesn't necessarily want to. He don't want to waste his career in the sense of like he doesn't want to go out there with the Raiders and get hurt and like do nothing and really struggled to find his yardage. But at this point, I think it's more about legacy for Devontae Adams than it is about actually winning a Super
Then
Bowl.
why wouldn't it come to the Cowboys?
Well, for one, the reason I just said he doesn't want to play with another unfamiliar quarterback.
But
For
I understand
two,
playing with an unfamiliar quarterback who is a top 5 quarterback in the league is different than playing with Gardner.
that's the thing. He doesn't care about playing with a top 5 quarterback in the league. He doesn't care about that at all. He wants to play with quarterbacks that he knows and has played with before. That is the only thing in Devontae Adams' mind, and it's because they will feed his stats. And I'm not saying that chasing the Hall of Fame ring is worse than chasing a Super Bowl ring. As far as it being a team game and stuff like that goes, obviously it's worse. And whatever team he's on, they're gonna have to deal with that. They're gonna have to deal with him, not necessarily answering questions, team oriented in a team oriented way. But I mean, not to say that he's not gonna go to some place and immediately make that team better. He could do that. If he went to the Cowboys, he would immediately make y'all better. If he goes to the Giants, if he goes to the Saints, no matter where he goes, he's going to make that team better. I don't see him going anywhere other than some place that's going to, pad, that he knows the quarterback and is going to pad those stats.
Fair enough. But we won. Anywho, and we're going to win against the Steelers because Dak's going to deal. And Dak, I trust. Boy.
Well, we'll get to those in the pick'ems, but I don't know about that one.
All right.
I don't know about the
Steelers. Let's talk about your funky old Bears real quick. So we'll get to these pick'ems.
Talk about that. Talk about that beautiful win that we that I called. That we actually. There were some things that got fixed. DeAndre Swift must have heard me. Because he had the best game of his short-lived Bear career. I'm pretty sure he was definitely our leading rusher. I want to say he was our leading receiver as well.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's like the only one that caught a pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there were no turnovers from Caleb Williams. It wasn't the most impressive game throwing. But at this point, I'm seeing improvement, and that's the only thing that I really want. Our schedule is I'm pretty sure we have the third easiest schedule in the league. So it's kind of hard for me to tell kind of where we are as a team when we're not really facing super quality opponents. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure teams feel that way about us. But it's hard to really evaluate a team when both teams aren't great. It's going to be really hard to evaluate the Bears this week playing the Panthers. I mean, I will. We are. We're going to break down. We're going to break down the film as if it was anybody else. But it's just hard to see where our team is going to be. Say we have the exact same game against the Panthers that we just did against the Rams. Mm-hmm. It's not really going to tell me a lot. It's not really going to tell me a lot. The same question is going to be up in the air. And honestly, what it's coming down to is what it's feeling like is, once we get past a certain point, it's going to be like, all right, well, we'll see how next year goes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And as a Bears fan, I'm sick of saying that. I'm sick of having no hope. Even at least as a Cowboys fan, y'all got some hope that y'all gonna make the playoffs, some hope that y'all go to a Super Bowl. You hear that hype every year. There ain't been no Bears Super Bowl hype in what, at least 11 years, 12 years maybe. It's the same old. We'll wait till next year. We looked good last year. We got some promise coming next year. I'm sick of it. Okay, I'm sick of it. I'm not gonna be too down on the Bears because they did win and they put up more than 13 points in the win. So I'm happy about that. Caleb got a beautiful touchdown to DJ Moore in the back of the end zone. I'm happy about that. But like I said, I'm not gonna be too down about the Bears. The running game looked better. The passing game looked decent. The offensive line still looks like they don't know what they're doing, but that's nothing that's gonna be fixed this year. It doesn't look like. So Well, I won't spend too much time on them.
Win's a win.
I'm happy we got the win.
Yeah, win's a win, my boy.
That's what it is. I will say that the Commanders are quickly becoming one of the best teams in the NFL. I'd like to say they're top 6 team right now in the league. I mean, you got let's see who we got. We got the Vikings. The Vikings are up top 5. Chiefs top 5. The Ravens are top 5. The Lions are top 5. I mean, I really see the Commanders right there with those teams.
So I don't know. It's crazy how the Ravens can go from 0-2 to one of the top 5 teams in your math is crazy. But
I believe in the Ravens. I do. They had a slow start to the season, but I mean, if they're clicking on all cylinders, that is a team that really can't be stopped.
So you got them over the Bills now?
The Ravens? Mm-hmm. The team that they just destroyed?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm saying, so you think in the playoffs they'll beat them again?
I would have to say at this current time, yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. Right now, I would say yes.
I don't know. I think it's
the Bills' defense look not shaky is an understatement.
Yeah, they did. And Superman didn't.
He looked like Clark.
Yeah, he looked like Clark out there for sure. But I feel you. I don't have any opinion on it because I think it's still too early to really tell who's who because everybody's been kind of iffy week to week right now.
Yeah, I mean, 2 teams that are in those top 2 are definitely 2 teams that I didn't expect. I mean, no one expected the Commanders. No one expected the Vikings to be as good as they are.
Also, I think the Commanders also haven't been tested yet either, though.
No, I wouldn't say they've had too many hard tests. Again, the Bengals is probably the one game that I know everybody thought they would lose, but like I said, the Bengals aren't.
Yeah, the Bengals aren't a good team. So,
but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they do. I mean, they don't have that big of a challenge this week either. So
who they have this week?
All
Carolina?
they can do, the Browns. All they can do is keep winning. That's all they can do.
I am interested in them against the Browns because Browns they're like iffy. Sometimes they'll come in and their defense will play good, and other times they don't. So is it where's it at in Cleveland?
No, it's at Washington.
Ooh. That's an iffy one. Can't wait to get to that one.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Falcons, they won. They won at home. The Saints. I mean, they look like a century, all century team in the first two weeks, and the last 2 weeks, I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah. I think people start figuring them out. I think the game against Dallas really because that was just on replay and every time. I think they gave everybody the opportunity to actually see their offense, to see what they're doing. I mean, once you realize they pulling out and in and running them things in between the guards.
And that's the thing. Once you stop the run, you got to stop the run and make Derek Carr beat you.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You want the ball in Derek Carr's hands. Mm-hmm. You don't want the running back to do all the work. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Which I'm very thankful for that ass whooping they gave us because the next game I know he's playing the Giants, but the same game Mozzie Smith played great that game. If that man can play to half of that against a tougher team, I have more promise in my team. That man had 4 tackles for loss, in the backfield. We after giving up 500 and something yards rushing, we only gave up 26 yards rushing against the Bears. Against the Giants. You know what I mean? So yeah, I know it's the Giants, whatever, but it's still that's hard to limit an NFL team to 1 yard per attempt. So, oh Lord,
it is.
It's getting we're getting somewhere. We're getting heavy. Like the thing is too, like people like you got a certain game plan of how you start the season out. I think people trying to figure it. The coaches are still trying to figure it out. Now we're about to get to the part where they open that playbook up all the way.
Yeah. We're gonna start seeing some teams separate themselves from other teams.
Yeah.
Which is what after the first month of the season, all right, you got that out of the way. Now who are you?
Yeah. The next 6 games, you about to see what's popping. Yeah. Ooh, can't wait.
Yeah.
Also, and like I say, look, like, man, all these people, like, they talking about, bruh, they said, I feel like I'm going back to the Dak disrespect, bruh. Like, every time, like, a young quarterback comes out and has a good year, the first name that you hear on TV is, I'll take him over Dak and all that other stuff. Bro, it's like people forget that Dak had one of the greatest rookie years ever, too, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Offensive player of the year. All that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, chill.
He came in and surprised a lot of people.
Yeah.
Surprised a lot of people.
So I think, like, people forget about that. Like, I heard it all last year with C.J. Stroud coming in. He had a great year. You know what I'm saying? My quarterback had a great rookie year, too. Now we're hearing, like, this, Jaden McDaniels is the best quarterback in the NFC East. Come on, y'all. Like,
people like to people like the new shiny toy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
People like the new shiny toy. They and I love it because I'm always down for for a black QB getting the praise.
Yeah.
I'm always down for a
like
black
he said,
QB,
he's a good quarterback.
Especially when they talk about the passing.
Yeah.
I love when they talk about a black quarterback's passing. It makes me happy inside. It really does.
Like, is he the second best quarterback in that division? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Like I said,
Who's first?
Dak's the first in that. Dak's the best quarterback in the NFC. Like pure
Is he playing better than Jaden Daniels this year?
When I say playing, I'm saying like who's better. Like,
I mean, I'm a Dak fan, and I don't want to say Dak has lost the reign as best QB in his division, but he ain't playing better than Jaden Daniels right now. Jaden Daniels is playing better than any quarterback in that division. The first month of the season, Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback in that division.
That's not true.
Okay.
But you said it because like they had some wins against some cupcakes. The man didn't throw. I think his last game was the first game he threw. He had his first touchdown in week 3.
Jaden Daniels?
Yes.
Well, week 3 but he had a couple. He had a couple last week too. The week 3 was the week before last week. He had a couple last week. We're going into week 5. He scored week 3.
He
scored week 4.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said his first show was like week 3.
Was week 3, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's not like he's blowing up on the stats, bro. Yes, he has a.
I mean, even though he didn't get a touchdown those first couple of weeks, he still did pretty well.
He has a high completion rate, yes, but he have a high completion rate, but no high yards. What does that tell you? They're dinking and dunking a lot. But I do say there was a game on that game I watched. He did throw some.
He's almost got 900 yards in the first month. That's not bad.
It's not bad. It's 4 games in. That's, you know what I'm saying. It's not bad.
Let me see. Let me check these games. Okay, his first NFL game. Let's see. He threw for 184. Okay, and I'm gonna preface the rest of this by saying he has not thrown for less than 225 since then. He threw for 226 the next game, no touchdowns. He threw for 255 week 3 and two touchdowns. 233 week 1, week 4, and 1 touchdown, and then he got his first threw his first interception. I mean, those are damn good stats for I mean, let alone a rookie. I mean, those are damn good stats. Those are damn good NFL stats. Those are damn good NFL stats.
Yeah, I would say I watched him play against. I think it was. What was it? Who did they play in week 3?
Oh, they played Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, I watched the Cincinnati game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure because that's when he threw the touchdown to win the game, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was that. I would say that's when he started to put people on notice.
Yeah.
That game is when he started putting people on notice. I let's see Dex. Just for my peace of mind, I want to know what his first 4 games, look like. Okay. Well, I will say this: the team has not been as good as the Commanders this year, but Dak has been pretty damn good. Okay. Dak threw for 179 the first game and has not thrown for less than 220 since then. He threw for 293 the second game, 379 2 weeks ago, and 221 last week. I mean, you got one A, you got one B. Hey, what do you want? I like the way Jaden Daniels is looking. And hey, if you're looking like Dak in any kind of way, you're winning. Okay, you're winning.
Like I said, I like what Cliff Kingsbury's doing for him too, putting him in a good situation.
Absolutely.
I just, man, just let the man play. It was rookie season. Like, don't start all this stuff because then it's gonna start something when he does come to Dallas because they gotta play 2 times a year, and then that's gonna start like animosity. I mean, not for Dak, of course. That's one of the most humble people.
Animosity in what way?
Oh, with the fans and stuff, where they're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna beat Dallas, and when we know what happens, Dak's the king of the NFC East. 33-8.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Kings get dethroned.
Yeah. Not till they're good and ready.
Yeah, tell that to Caesar.
Caesar was an emperor.
He got his ass up better than him.
There's a difference.
You had a hard time picking the Broncos and the Jets. We both picked the Jets, and they lost. I don't see how you could look so dominant one week and then the same. It's still a home game against the worst team, I believe.
Because Aaron Rodgers is washed. But
I don't know. What did Aaron Rodgers have this week? He had
220.
24 for 42 for 225 and no touchdowns.
Okay, but so when you look at Aaron Rodgers' stats, like,
he's going to throw the ball 45 times.
He is. But
that's the way that team is
But
built.
you have to watch the game and realize that he's throwing the ball to nowhere. Like, the amount of times that he throws the ball downfield is so rare that it's crazy. Like, I remember watching the Jets and the 49ers game, and I couldn't tell the difference between the plays being called for Brock Purdy and the plays called for Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you expect Brock Purdy to be hitting like close targets, intermediate targets, and every now and again throw deep, which Aaron Rodgers didn't throw deep at all. But Aaron Rodgers barely threw the ball like intermediate. It was all like short crossing routes, just comeback hits. It's like, bro, where's the MVP at? You know what I'm saying? Where's that guy that throws the pill everywhere? Like I said, one of the best passes I ever seen him make when he beat Dak his rookie year in the playoffs. He threw the best pass I've ever seen a quarterback ever throw in my life. Like have I seen him do some good throws this season? Yes, but that was in week 2 or 3, whenever they beat the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Other than that, it's been really original, or out there coming out of Aaron Rodgers, and I just want to say that.
I mean, I guess at some point, Father Time has got to catch up to.
Yeah, it's got to.
He's always going to be Aaron Rodgers. He's always going to be able to flick that thing 60 yards. Pause.
Willie.
But I mean, he's I don't know. I at this point, I don't really know what he's going out there for. I mean, the Jets aren't winning anything.
No, they don't got enough talent on the team.
At this point, if we're gonna talk about somebody padding stats, I mean, he's just out there getting yards at this point, tossing passes. I mean, no one considers the Jets a viable, no one considers them a threat to win anything.
No, absolutely not. I mean, if they stay afloat, they can win that division, but
even if they win that division, nobody from that division is winning a Super Bowl.
No. I mean, it's the thing. Like, you never know what can happen in the playoffs. Eli Manning went to Super Bowl twice, so you never know what can happen in the playoffs.
That would have to be the only argument that you can make, because I mean, they just look so mediocre. I mean, yeah, they could look so good, but they just look so mediocre at times that it's so hard to pick them.
Yeah,
It's so
that's
hard
like
to pick them.
that's like Philadelphia had that good miraculous run like a couple years ago, and
Yeah, it's getting really hard to pick Philadelphia to win anything either.
bro, they're
Philadelphia's
terrible.
look like the Browns. What's the difference between Philadelphia and the Browns?
There's nothing. I mean, I would take Jalen Hurts over Deshaun Watson, but that's just because like I ain't into that's what Deshaun Watson's into. But, you know what I'm saying? But who is a better? That's a good question. Who's a better quarterback between them two?
I would be more inclined to say Jalen Hurts, but
But he turns the ball over too much.
listen, both of them. You tell me the difference. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know the difference between the Eagles or the.
I'll take
Browns.
Deshaun Watson, as long as he promises to keep his hands to himself. But yeah. All right, let's get to this next week's pick'ems.
Yeah. Let's get to the pick'ems. The rest of the games were, they were what they were. The Steelers ended up losing to the Colts. We know what happened with the what was it? The Bucks and the Eagles. I'm not picking the Eagles again. The Chiefs found another way to win, and the Lions look like they bounced back in a really big way. So yeah, let's see what these Week 5 pick'ems got to say.
All right, we'll just go as we go.
Yeah.
All right, we got.
Go ahead.
I'll start off. All right, so we got the Baker-led Bucks versus the Falcons.
Bucks favored +1.5.
I am going to go. Bucks.
I will agree with you on that. The Bucks look really good. They fed Mike Evans more, and they won the game. So I mean, you just keep feeding that man, and you'll win the game. I like the Falcons. Like I said, I like what the Falcons are putting together early in the season. They did come off that win. It was a super close win, but they did win the game last week. But I don't see them beating the Bucks this week.
No, me either. I'm on the Bucks train.
Next game, we got the Jets favorite -2.5 versus the Vikings. You want to talk about a train that I'm on? I'm picking the Vikings to win.
Yeah.
The Vikings don't look like they slowing down for nobody, and I ain't mad at them.
No, facts. I'm going with Vikings because I just don't believe in the Jets or Aaron Rodgers.
No, they don't know how to put together 2 straight wins at home. I don't see them going to the Vikings and ruining their Sunday.
No, absolutely do not.
The Panthers are favored by 4 against the Bears. I take that as a personal insult. I'm picking the Bears, but it's crazy because if Andy Dalton wasn't starting, there's no way that the Panthers would be favored. But I don't see what the hell is so special about Andy Dalton.
I'm gonna go Bears. I wanna go with Panthers. Like everything, my body's telling me to go Panthers, but I'm gonna go Bears. All right, because every time I go against them, they freaking win. So let's try something different this time.
Well, now I want you to go against. Now I want you to go with the Panthers.
You know what? I'm going Panthers.
Okay, just for the sake of argument.
All right, Red Rocket.
All right, we got the Ravens and the Bengals. Ravens are favorite -2.5.
I'm going Bengals.
It's so crazy because I was really sitting here thinking I'm gonna go Bengals if he goes Ravens. So I'm gonna go Ravens just for the sake of just for argument's sake. But I kind of think the Bengals are gonna win that game.
Yeah, it says something tells me.
Something about it makes me think the Bengals are gonna win that game too. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Ravens. Just cause. But I mean, also not to say that the Ravens have no shot of winning. I mean, they just had a super dominant performance against a team that I feel like most people thought they would lose to. And again, if they keep this running game up, that spreads the offense insanely, spreads the field in an insane way. So yeah, I don't think the picking the Ravens is so outlandish. But again, no, I kind of like the Bills this week. But I'll do the Ravens. Anyway.
Yee.
And not Bills, Bengals. My bad. Go ahead.
We ain't got the next game yet.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Bills and Texans. Bills favorite -1.
Oh, I see it now. I think I'm gonna go Bills. The which I know the Bills just lost last week, but even though the Texans have won some games, they haven't looked impressive to me this season. You know what I mean? All right, so I think I'm gonna go with the Bills on this one.
The Texans have not looked that impressive the first month. Not as impressive as we probably thought they would look in the first month. I'm not counting them out by any means. I still like that team a lot. The team is still young. The team is still putting things together. I feel like last year was they really hit the mark early. Like they ascended in the ranks of the NFL very early last year, and they're getting some rocks thrown at them this year. I think they'll bounce off those rocks, and I think they'll have a good showing against the Bills.
And I need it. Like I said, it's getting a little dicey out here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. All right, we got the Colts and we got the Jags. Colts +3. Last week you didn't pick the Jags because you said they can't go on 4. Are you gonna pick the Jags again this week because they can't go on 5?
Yes. Going Jags again. They showed a little promising in that game. I think Trevor Lawrence. I think that might have been one of the best games that he's played as a pro. But I mean, they still lost. But
Trevor Lawrence's stats. Let's look up Trevor Lawrence's stats from this week, because I have to see these. You saying it's one of the best games Trevor Lawrence has had as a pro? I need to see these stats. Okay, so he went 18 for 33. He threw 2 touchdowns and 168. He had a 54.5% completion percentage. That don't
his
sound
stats
that
don't really tell. Like, you had to watch the game. He played better than, like, he made more plays and throws at crucial times than he normally would.
And they still lost the game.
Yeah, and they still lost the game.
Was that on him?
No, I would say it was a little bit on the defense for real. They kind of folded at the end. The Texans came back and won that game.
I want to go Colts. I don't know if Anthony Richardson's going to play.
I mean, that's even better reason to go Colts.
I was literally just about to say, even if he doesn't, it probably wouldn't mean too much, because his backup came in and did pretty good. I'll go Jags. I mean, yeah, it's really hard for me to think that they'll go 0-5, especially to the Colts. 0-5 doesn't seem so outlandish for the Jags. 0-5 to the Colts seems a little bit crazy. I don't want to say that that's going to happen yet, so I'll go Jags. I'll go Jags too.
Alrighty.
I'll go Jags too. Okay. After that, let's see. We got the Dolphins. We got the Dolphins and the Patriots. Did you watch the game last night?
Yeah.
Or no, was it last night? Monday night.
Yeah. Yeah. But and Tua's gonna be back by then.
I don't think Tua will be back this week. I think Tua's got at least 1 or 2 more weeks to be out.
Oh, okay.
I know they saying he's symptom free. I am hearing he's symptom free, but I think since they put him on IR, When was his injury? Was 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was like week 2.
Week 2. So he's got this is week 5. He'll come back week 6. He'll come back week 6, and that's when they'll start winning again. Because they don't have a capable quarterback behind them. And honestly, it looks a lot worse than the quarterback. It looks like since Tua's went down, the whole team is just kind of giving up on the season.
I mean, yeah, you ain't got your quarterback. I mean, I said when Dak went out a couple years.
Like nobody's playing. Nobody's playing. It's actually wild to watch how one of the best receivers in the NFL only gets 20 yards, 23 yards in a game. A man that can literally outrun, he can get 23 yards in a play.
Yeah, if someone throws on the ball.
Yeah. It's quarterbacks are getting all this money for a reason. You know when you got one, you know when you don't. Having said that, I'm going Pats. I like what they were putting together earlier on this season. They were going to have a rough year no matter what. Their number 3 pick. Drake May was number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Their number 3 pick. To me, when you're sitting behind a guy, your rookie year, it's fine. When you're sitting behind a guy who is a well-known backup, like if you can't beat out a backup.
It wasn't about him beating him out. They didn't want, because they knew the offensive line was bad this year, so they didn't want him to get beat up this year. That's why they played Jacoby this year.
I mean, they've put Drake May in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've played him this year.
But
they haven't played him a lot, and he hasn't looked that impressive when he has played. But
they didn't want to get him to get beat up his rookie year, because that offensive line is bad, as Jacoby would tell you.
Don't talk to me about offensive lines. I know about offensive lines. I know they're bad and everything like that. Either way, I still don't. I still think they're good enough to beat the Dolphins.
Yeah, not from what the Dolphins have showed me, anyway.
No, the Dolphins haven't showed anybody anything. They can't. It's hard for them to run the ball. Not saying they don't have capable running backs. Achane is very good. I don't know when Mostert will ever be back. But yeah, they can't. I mean, same things. Their offensive line, they couldn't block anybody.
Mm-hmm.
They had a very, very rough time this week. So pass with that one. The Fins are favorite +1, but that don't really mean anything. Yeah. Let's see. Game we were just talking about. Browns and the Commanders.
Man.
Browns are favorite +3.5.
The Browns are favorite?
Mm-hmm. Which is very wild to me that the Browns are favored by so much at home.
That defense. They've played some good defensive. Like I've seen them play some. I'm gonna go Browns.
Okay.
I feel like this is the first time that Jaden McDaniels is gonna have to see Myles Garrett. You know what I mean? Myles he's playing, and yeah. Like I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna tell you this. Myles Garrett might have just a hard time getting to Jaden Daniels as Jaden Daniels will probably have getting away from Myles Garrett, because Jaden Daniels can move. And he's not small by any means. Jaden Daniels is 6'4", 215. He's not a small guy back there.
I mean, he's not a strong guy though.
I mean, he looks pretty strong in that pocket. He's no Cam Newton, but he looks pretty strong in the pocket.
I wouldn't advise him taking too many tackles from Myles Garrett.
I wouldn't advise anybody.
Yeah. I mean, Cam Newton could take a few tackles from him.
Yeah, well.
Cam Newton's bigger than Myles Garrett.
He is not bigger than Myles Garrett. Are you crazy?
Are you crazy?
He's not bigger than Myles Garrett, bro. Myles Garrett's like 6'6".
I bet you
270. 285.
Look at Cam Newton's stats.
Cam Newton was 6'5", 240 his whole career. I don't need to look it up.
He's way bigger than 240.
Don't need to look it up.
Look
He
it
was
up.
not bigger than 240.
I bet he's bigger than 240.
No, he wasn't. Not
Look.
when he was playing.
Yeah, I bet he
was
is. I bet.
He wasn't. I don't need to look at it. I know exactly what Cam Newton's stats were. He's my favorite quarterback of all time.
Right. Facts. You never said it before your life.
Okay.
And why Cam Newton's your favorite quarterback of all time? It hasn't done shit. It's crazy.
I don't give a damn why you think he's not my favorite. But
No, I love Cam Newton. I'm just playing. I watch this podcast every day.
You think Cam's playing weight?
Mm-hmm. $245. He's
His whole career, 245.
It says 248. Yeah, 248, 6'5".
Same thing. Yeah, 6'5", 248 his whole playing career. Now let's look at this bear of a man in Myles Garrett. Okay, he's shorter than I thought. He's 6'4", but he's still 270.
Yeah, I told you, bro. There's a little guy next to Cam, bro.
Huh?
He's a little guy next to Cam.
Okay. If you say so.
Anyway,
anyway, I'm going Commanders. I'm not betting on the Browns no more.
Yeah, I've got to go Browns.
I have zero faith in the Browns. And the Commanders they're a hot team. They're gonna keep it going, especially at home. Next game, we got the Raiders versus the Broncos.
It's an interesting one.
This is very interesting. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Broncos with this one.
Okay.
There's no reason. No rhyme or reason. I'm going Broncos on this one. I gotta shake it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
The Raiders' best player just requested a trade, so he's probably played his last snap in a Raiders uniform. So that means they're going to be looking to get everybody else more involved in the game. I don't know how that's going to fare against the Broncos. They won last week. Pretty much with the exact same team against the Browns. The Broncos are not as good as a team as the Browns. I think Max Crosby will be back this week. Having said that, I'm going to go with the Raiders.
I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be an interesting one.
It'll be interesting. I don't know about good, but it'll be interesting. Cards and 49ers. Cardinals are favored against the 49ers by 7.5.
I'm going Cardinals. Just because I really don't like choosing the 49ers, so...
Yeah, I don't like choosing the 49ers too much either. I like the 49ers defense.
No, they're tough.
Yeah. I'll go 49ers. I'm not confident with this pick at all. But I'm going to go with the 49ers. We'll call this a choice just for the competition aspect of it. Packers Rams. I'm not picking the Packers.
I was not impressed last week with the Rams.
I wasn't impressed with the Packers.
Yeah, but I'm going Rams on this. Yeah, and I watched Jordan Love play the other day too. The man can throw. I just feel like he hasn't.
Yeah, he threw a lot. He threw 54 passes.
Yeah.
And only completed 32 of them.
Yeah. There's something about like his game like that.
He had 4 touchdowns, but he also threw 3 picks.
Mm-hmm. He just throwing the ball. There's something about his game that I don't like. He has the arm talent. So before someone gets in, I'm talking about all the talent he has. I understand he has the arm talent. I'm not a big fan of the way he plays.
What's the difference between him and Geno?
At this moment of time, nothing.
Nothing at all.
Gino's just arm talent with a little bit more IQ on the field. Than,
Now that's what I think the biggest defense. The biggest thing is, differences between Geno Smith and Jordan Love. Geno Smith, it looks like he's just a little bit better at breaking down things. Probably because he's seen it. He's seen it more. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Jordan Love. I hate the Packers, but he did have a fantastic last 7-8 weeks last year. He looked decent before he got hurt, and I mean these stats aren't terrible. I wouldn't say they're good. The 3 picks, it just makes me sick. It's definitely the most picks any quarterback has thrown by 2 last week. I don't see the Packers beating the Rams. I can't pick the Packers. Pretty much for the same reason as you don't pick the 49ers. Eagles.
yeah, man. Basically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think the Rams are gonna have a little bounce back this year.
Last 3 games, we got the Giants. We got the Giants and the Seahawks. The Giants are favored +6. I'm going Seahawks.
I'm going Seahawks too.
Yeah.
I like the way they play.
I'm going Seahawks.
Geno, baby.
The 2 people that are looking like rookies of the year, Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors. Malik
Neighbors is out.
Oh, is he out?
Concussion protocol.
Well, I'm definitely picking the Seahawks. But either way, I want to give Malik Neighbors some flowers because he's looking damn good. We got your boys and we got the Steelers.
Hold on. We'll talk about that game last. There's one more game.
Okay, we'll do the Saints and the Chiefs. Yeah. The Saints are favored +5.5.
I'm going Saints too. The Chiefs have been escaping for
they have been
4 weeks in a row. Besides when they put the beat down on the Bengals, but they've been escaping for 4 weeks in a row. It's got to catch up with them, and Saints might be that team to catch up with them. So I'm going Saints on that one.
I'm going to go Chiefs. The Chiefs will win. The Chiefs will win. Will lose a couple games this year. I don't think they start quite yet. I think they find a way to pull this off at home. Last but certainly not least, at least one of us. We got the boys and we got the Steelers.
All right, Cowboys by 90. Shoot, I mean not 90 for real. Probably.
Typically, when you say results that fast, it doesn't go how you want it to go.
Like say not pregnant. No, I'm playing. But I think this game goes down on one thing: how we come out and start the game. I want to receive the ball. I want to go out and score, and after that, let's have a pissing contest from here on out. After that, just let Dak do your thing. You know what I mean?
I think we're looking at another 50 pass game from Dak.
Absolutely.
I think it's going to be a lot of pressure on the offense. The offense is going to have to score a lot of points. Not saying that the Steelers are going to score a lot of points.
But we're going to have to.
But you're going to have to score a lot of points just to break up the monotony of the Steelers. The Steelers are a very cohesive unit right now.
Mm-hmm. But their offense is not that good.
The offense is not that good, but they can run the ball if you let them. And y'all can't let Justin Fields get 100 yards rushing. You can't let Najee Harris get 80, 85 yards rushing. You got to find a way to stop that rushing game. They're going to pass the ball too, but you got to find a way to. And it's not an easy thing. Justin Fields is one of the best mobile quarterbacks in the league. It's not an easy thing to get him to stop rushing. If he gets 5 to 6 yards a carry, that's not good.
No,
that's not good. You got to stop that. So if y'all can stop the run, y'all will win.
Yeah, we turn him to a passer. Like so, without looking at we tell me the game next week that Cowboys won, and without looking at anything else, if I want to take one stat out of the box score, it'll be the rushing yards. If they are held to under 100 rushing yards, we'll win the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I would be inclined to agree with that. Having said that, I'm picking the Steelers. Part of me is for competition's sake. Part of me truly believes that y'all are not going to beat the Steelers. It's hard for me to the way that y'all been playing. It's hard for me to say that losing you all's best defensive player is going to make your team win more games, I guess. And I'm not even saying that the Steelers are necessarily a better team, but they can be if you let them. I think it's going to be a little tough for y'all, so I'm going to go Steelers with this one.
Haters gonna hate, lovers gonna love. Me, our Father,
Two of America's favorite teams.
For sure. For that beat down. Well, my guys, we appreciate you for coming into week 5 of Al's Pick'ems. You know what I mean? Next week, we're going to hit you with something special. We're going to do a mega parlay. All right?
Stay tuned.
Get rich with Al Cuts, or Al Father, or Al Daddy, or Al.